Venezuela celebrated the Day of National Dignity, so called in the homage of the civil-military rebellion in which the then Lieutenant Colonel Hugo Chavez was part of a movement that attempted to change the direction of the South American nation. From Caracas, our correspondent Adriana Sivori with the details.
The day began at the Barracks La Montaña. The military who participated in the civil-military rebellion on February 4, 1992, paid homage to Commander Hugo Chavez, who is buried here. Chavez led that uprising against a system that drowned many Venezuelans. Poverty reached 60% of the citizenship. The cost of basic food and fuel services became unaffordable for the majority of the population.
That happens, a military uprising, per se, to found a nation or to refound the basis of a nation. Here it is. It was not a military coup, the traditional coup. It was not. It was not, as they want to say, and still say it. It was popular military rebellion against neoliberalism, against the government of the 50-point path, and against North American imperialism.
Meanwhile, the streets of Caracas were filled with Chavista supporters commemorating 3 decades of the uprising. For them, it was an uprising that gave an example of resistance.
30 years later, there are real facts, advances in housing, professionalized, technical and municipalized education. Venezuela today will not surrender to the pretensions of imperialism with coercive measures violating the Rome Statute. They have condemned the people of Venezuela with unilateral measures, with international blockades, but we will win. There are young people who produce. There are young people who, in the midst of the economic war, have put on their share of dignity from the field, but also the youth of the companies and industry said that we will not render the homeland.
Soldiers welcomed the citizens in the march in the homage to that civic-military union that was born in that uprising of 1992.
It remains in force. The people is there. The people prove it. We are in the streets, and always when the revolution calls us, the people come out to defend their rights, to defend the homeland, to defend Venezuela.
It was an event that marked the social and political life of Venezuela, and it is still recalled today.
Adriana Sivori, teleSUR, Caracas.